Yeah.
Anthony, with the people that you're working with, are you frequently going over with them and seeing, hey, this is the end goal, this is what we really care about for the business as a whole? Like, are we focused on growing the business or just keeping it where we're at? Or like, what all do you do in terms of planning, especially for the future? That sort of thing.
For sure. And would you be more targeting how we plan to do that for our partners themselves or for
Yeah,
ourselves,
like
like
the people
internally?
you're working with, or the people, I'm sure you're talking to people for your business. Uh,
Yeah,
do you do a lot of things, or what do you do in terms of planning for the future of the company? Like, this is what we're going to be doing in the next few months or the next year or whatever.
for sure. Yes, a lot of that has to do with our strategic development of that. So at the end of the day, it's crafting that plan that's going to allow them to go from, let's say their, revenues at five, how do we get them to 15, 20, 30, and then in X amount of time? And so from that piece, it's all about the plan. The traditional plan is, let's say every employee should be, about 250 to 300K in revenue increase. So for every employee you add, salary is about 50K, you should get about 5x, 6x on that as a revenue number. That's like the general rule of thumb, right?
Hmm.
And so from that piece, it's just like, how do we optimize them so that way each person maybe brings in a million or two. And so that way you can run a leaner and cleaner machine, right? So that you can have a, smaller team and then just have a more operations on that side of it. And so yeah, from that piece there with our different partners directly, I mean, on their side of it, not only is it that whole strategic piece of optimizing their back end and the front end, and that can vary slightly between what that company is, what that niche is. But on the preface level of that, everything's about ROI. And so from that
Exactly.
there, we've got plenty of case studies that prove what we do works. And so, I mean, that's really like the bread and the pudding right there. That's everything, right? And so from that, that's where it really gets into what that flow looks like. We typically, I mean, our model internally is a little bit of rev share, so we'll take a percentage of that growth, right?
Ah,
So it's a win-win situation. So when they make more, we would also earn more off of that, right?